here then. It wouldn't connect at the last minute. I was trying to get connected and it wouldn't work. And I was running all around the house trying to get a connection to the light. It said it wouldn't connect to the live. I tried it about 5 times and it wouldn't work. So here we go. Hi Helen. Hi 1234. Hi to Duncan Letts. Hi Julie Clay. Hi everyone. I'm here at last. Had a few problems. Hi Sheila M. Hi Ash. So I just about made it. Yeah, I thought it was going to work for a while because it said it wouldn't connect to the live stream. Yeah. So Josh Bell Golf. Hi. Yes, a bit frantic at the last minute there. Let me know if you can hear me okay, because I know last week I think there was a problem with the microphone first thing, and it was a bit, you know, if the microphone's not working, if I tap this thing now, you should be able to hear that quite easily on your thing. Where's your cap? I haven't got my cap. Well, I was going to put a cap on, but I decided not to put a cap on, so I'm going capless. So the sound's okay, is it? It is working, is it? If I tap this thing here, I think for the first few minutes of the last thing, it wasn't working. The microphone wasn't working. So, but it's all to do with this adapter I've got. So, does anybody like the thumbnail to this video, this live stream? Because that thumbnail can hear you loud and proud, says Nigel. Anthony Goodwin. Hi from Anthony and Fran in Staining, just down the road from Blackpool. Yeah, I'm just going to adjust this camera a bit if you don't mind. I'm just going to do this a little bit. Hi to Stephen Gately. So I'm going to be talking about this here. I've also got a quiz for the second half. Hi Moonage Daydream. I'm going to be talking about a quiz as well. I love watching Starman, it's so interesting. And you learn something new every week, says Julie Clay. Beautiful image in the thumbnail. That thumbnail, in fact, you can watch the video to when I took that photograph. It was a few years back. Was it 2000? That picture of the moon rising over the beach huts at St Anne's. So if you want to see the video where I took that photograph, you're going to look back. If you look back through my videos, you'll find it back in, it was a few years ago. I think it was 2019. Sounds like a long time ago now, doesn't it? 2019, August, and that was the Sturgeon moonrise. And I'll show you how I took it and how I set it all up and how I lined it all up and all that sort of thing. So if you want to know about how to, no cap, shameless hussy. If you want to know about how to capture a moon rising over a landscape, you can find out quite a lot from that video, because I had to go out onto the beach to do it. And actually, I was actually really surprised when I saw the moon, because I wasn't sure if I was even going to see the moon, because you never know sometimes if there's going to be cloud on the horizon. I had to walk right out on the beach carrying a telescope and a tripod and all that. Stephen looks different without the cap on. Yes, I do. I never go capless on my other channel. I only do it on this one. But I thought, hi Jamie E. Hi to Zoe. Hi. Starman has gone commando, says Moonage Daydream. Good day, Stephen. Hallelujah. Amen. Yeah, so if you want to see if you like the thumbnail to this live stream, which was, it was the Sturgeon moonrise, which is a name they give to the moon has a different name for every month. It's nothing to do with fish or anything. Well, it is. Sturgeons, apparently they come out in August or something, so that was called the Sturgeon, and it wasn't even a supermoon. I don't think it was a supermoon. Now, you can have a look at that video. It was taken about 3 years ago, and it's a really good video actually. If you want to go and see it, watch out for it. Look back through my videos at the end of this. Have a look back at it. It's a really good video. It's one of my best videos actually that I did a few years ago. I was chasing the moonrise on St Anne's Beach, and I managed to get it coming up over the beach huts, and I'll show you how I did it. So have a look at that after this video. I might even put a link to it on the community thing, just in case. Looks like cloud cover for tonight. Yes, I can see out the window now that it's pretty cloudy, so I don't think we're going to see a whole lot tonight. Now, we have got a supermoon. Does anyone know what a supermoon is? Can anybody tell me why it's a supermoon this month? We've got a supermoon coming up. Does anybody know why it's called a supermoon? Let's see if anybody knows why it's called a supermoon. High to digital emotion. You can see all of the moon visible, says Josh Bell Golf. Low pressure, says digital emotion. Remember that one when I started watching it. Love both your channels, says Zoe. Thanks, Zoe. Mooney's Daydream says no. Ash says close to Earth. Yes, Ash has got it right. Yeah, so the moon goes around the Earth, it orbits around the Earth, but it doesn't orbit in a circle, it orbits in an ellipse. So every so often, the moon will be closer to Earth. So let's say you've got the Earth here and the moon here. Sometimes it'll be over here. Well, let's say this is the moon. Let's say that the moon's there. Sometimes the Earth will be a little bit closer like that, a little bit closer to the moon. Not by a whole lot, but it's enough to make a difference that you can photograph the difference. You can actually, I don't think you can see the difference by sight. So when they say, well, if you read the papers this week, they'll say, oh, a big supermoon, there's a big supermoon coming. Oh, it's going to be a massive moon. Well, I don't think it's going to look any different to any other moon, really. Common sense says if it's closer, it's bigger. Yes, that's right, Sheila. If it's a bit closer, and you know what the size difference is? The size difference is around about, I think it's about 12% at the most, from the smallest moon when it's furthest away to when it's a supermoon like it is now. It's only about 12%, and I don't think that you can notice that with your eyes. I really don't think you can notice that. So although it's a supermoon, it does not mean that it's going to be this massive moon that's way bigger than any moon you've ever seen before. It's still going to be pretty much the same size. The only way that you'll be able to notice the difference if you photograph it using a lens. So I've got my camera here, look. Will you be taking photographs of the moon and will it be available to buy? Well, I hope so. I hope so, Zoe. If I manage to get a photograph of it, but I do have some pictures of the moon already on there. I think I have the Sturgeon moonrise on my website that you can buy now. This is my lens here, look at that. Ooh, big lens. This is a 300mm lens. It's quite a long telephoto lens. Look at that there. Ooh, look into my lens. Ooh, what can you see? Oh, can you see my eye? Oh, can you see that? Look into my big lens. Ooh. So this is a 300mm lens. This is probably about the minimum, I would say. Mooney's Daydream says that's a whopper. This is probably about the minimum focal length. I would say maybe you get away with 200. 300mm, probably minimum for photographing the moon. It's still small, even on this. You know, if I photograph the full moon on this, it's still a tiny thing in the frame. Some of you might have bigger than this. You know, there's quite a lot of people now that have these super duper 500, 600 Bigmas. You know, the Sigmas. You know, the big 150 to 600 Sigma lens. Ooh, they call them the Bigma, don't they? Ooh, it goes extend a lot. So you might have one of those. I don't know. I know a few people that do. So great for photographing the moon. This is on the smaller side. Although I can put a 2x converter on this to make it into a 600. So I can turn this into a twice the focal length. Yeah, for photographing the moon, yes. And also this camera is 46 megapixels. So that means there's a lot of detail on here. 46 megapixels means I can get a lot closer. There's a lot of cameras out there that are only 24 megapixels, say something. This has got twice as many megapixels, so I can get twice as close, more detail with this. So I would say that this is a minimum what you need to photograph the moon. So, but when I photographed that moon for the thumbnail, it was actually a telescope I used for that. So if you want to look at that video, I used a telescope for that one. Telescopes are handy because they've got a longer focal length normally. Hi, Mike Tyson. I'm up at Affinity now, bud. Come and do a nighttime video. Do a video anytime, bud. Night talk. Regards to your brother, Stephen. Thanks, Naito. What do you think of the flat earthers? There's a flat earther there's a flat earther called Ranty. Have you heard of a flat earther called Ranty? I think he lives here in Blackpool, but I think he was converted back to the globe Earth again. I've never met him, but I've seen quite a bit of him. Show us your maximum setup now, Lo. How many cameras do you own? Too many, Duncan. Too many. How much resolution do you lose when you double the lens? How much resolution do you lose? Well, you don't. You gain resolution. If I was to put a 2x converter on here, this 300 millimeter f4 lens would become a 600 millimeter f8. So I'd lose 2 stops of light coming into the lens, 2 stops, but I would gain double the focal length. I'd double the focal length, but at the same time, I'd also lose 2 stops of light coming into the lens. So you have to account for that sort of thing. And not only that, there'll also be a little bit of quality fall off as well, but you are doubling the hi Mary Calderbank. Not seen you for a while actually. Nice to see you on this live stream. Yeah, so there are swings and roundabouts and things like that, but on its own I think this is a fantastic lens. 300 millimeter. It's a prime lens as well, so it's got great quality. Prime lenses are better than zoom lenses, better quality than zoom lenses, a lot better. This would probably perform just as well as a zoom 500, say like a 200 to 500. I reckon this is probably just as good because it's a prime. It's not got as many lenses inside it. It's not a zoom lens. It's not as complicated. The zoom lenses are quite complicated. So you do lose 2 stops. Yes, you do. You lose 2 stops. That's an f4. Can you see that? Can you see it says f4 there? F4. So when you put a 2x converter on this lens, that f4 then becomes f8. 600 millimeter f8. So your exposure has to go up. You have to lengthen your exposure to make up for that. Yeah. So that's something you've got to take into account there. Oh, we've got 59 watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. 59 people watching, 33 likes. Hit the like button. Oh, 60 people watching now. We now have 60 people watching. Hit the thumbs up. I've got 33 thumbs up. Let's see that go up. So we're talking about the supermoon. We've got a supermoon coming this week. It means that the moon is a bit closer to the Earth and it's going to be a little bit bigger. This is going to be a bit bigger. Yeah. A little bit bigger. Hi, Rick. So yes, you do. Do you own a telescope? You know, funny enough, I do own a telescope, but it's only I've got a couple of old telescopes, and I haven't got a telescope that I use regularly at the moment. I've got an old one in the garage. Hi, Steve. Finally watching me live. Really into it. Ah, yes. So you've finally got round to watching me live, Mary. He fell off the edge. Someone says. I think that's about the flat earther. Yeah. He might have fallen off the edge, mightn't he? That's a good idea. That. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm talking about the supermoon. So we've got the supermoon coming this week. Has anybody heard of the supermoon that's coming this week? So we're going to have the full moon, and it's on Tuesday. Does it block Brightest Star? Not sure what you mean by that. So we've got the supermoon here. We've got the super full moon coming on Tuesday this week, but Peter's had to add in 2x. Don't you also calculate the camera crop factor if shooting with? No, it doesn't do. Well, no, I don't take that into account. No, I don't. You get less field of view because you're zooming in. That's all. That's the only difference. APS-C. Yeah, I don't believe you get any. It's not a longer focal length. All you're doing is just cropping the field of view. Really, you don't get any closer. So I disregard the crop factor. I would. Yeah, I wouldn't take any notice of that. It's like if you've got one of the smaller cameras with the APS-C sensor, a smaller sensor. Then this is a full frame. If you've got an APS-C, this lens has has the field of view of a 450mm lens. But people think, oh, that turns it into a 450mm lens, but it doesn't. All it does is crop in. It doesn't really get you any more detail. It does not. It doesn't turn it into a 450mm lens. A lot of people think it does, but it doesn't. It does not. Just because you're using a camera that has a crop sensor and it's 1.5 times, you're 1.5 times the field of the focal length of the lens, or it feels like you are, but you're not really. You're not extending you're not extending it. It's still a 300mm lens, but it's got a narrower field of view. That's all it is. Yeah, it's a bit of a con, really. So there you go. What do you edit in your photos? I use Lightroom Edit and Photoshop. What would happen if the moon was destroyed by meteor? Could Earth survive? I don't know, Nighthawk. I'm not sure if we could, because if the moon got destroyed by a meteor, we'd go swinging out of control, wouldn't we? Because we need the moon to balance. I bought a telescope for around to look at the moon. I don't think it was that, though. I think it's more for looking out at sea, says Zoe. So Tuesday, hope it's clear to see it, says Sheila. Yeah, it's on Tuesday, but you will be able to see it on Monday. You'll be able to see it tomorrow. In fact, I said that we've got the full moon on Tuesday, and it is on Tuesday. The full moon is full on Tuesday, but you can see the moon tomorrow and it'll look just as good as full. When it rises tomorrow, I'm just going to check. I think the moon rises tomorrow before sunset. Do you know what time it will be out? I'm just going to look on my thing. So I've got this program here called the Photographer's Ephemeris, and I'm just looking on here now. So can you see this program here? This is called the Photographer's Ephemeris, and it's very, very good. It tells you all the angles. It tells you the times of the moon rise. Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll put a pin there. So I'm putting the pin on Blackpool Tower. Can you see Blackpool Tower there? Can you see the blue line? Let's see. Can you see that this blue line here? That blue line there. That is where the moon. That is where the moon is going to rise tomorrow. It's going to rise towards the southeast. Can you see that? The moon is going to rise tomorrow on Monday. This is Monday, tomorrow, towards the southeast, and it's going to be as good as full. It's going to be as good as full tomorrow. So you've got tomorrow and Tuesday to see it, and you might even see it on Wednesday, and it'll be just as good as full on Wednesday as well. So it's only properly full on Tuesday during the day. So either side of Tuesday, that's Monday evening, Tuesday evening, and even Wednesday morning, you've got a chance of seeing as good enough full moon. It's because the moon is properly full at midday on Tuesday. So either side of that, it's as good as full either side. I've never been able to make the man on the moon. Could you point him out on your moon map, please? Yeah, there's like a face. Can you not see? There's like a mouth there. Oh, I'm looking the wrong way. Yeah, it's here. Can you see? There's like it looks like it's a bit of a sad face actually. Can you not see that? I can see it quite easily on the moon. Are you going to have an outdoor live chat on Tuesday? What's the moon? I don't think so, because I'll be too busy photographing it if it's up. Is there a Patreon for this channel? No, there isn't. Sorry, Nighthawk. I might have to do one though. Hope you get some pictures, because no doubt it'll be cloudy here in Yorkshire, says Sarah. It's going to rise tomorrow, the moon. Would it affect our tides if the moon wasn't there? Definitely. The moon has the biggest effect on our tides, and if there was no moon, we wouldn't have tides. Yeah. So tomorrow, this is Monday. Get ready for this tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow more than Tuesday. Yeah, for the moonrise, because the moon rises before the sun sets tomorrow. Now, it might not be a fully full moon, but it'll be as good as full. It'll be 99%. You'll not be able to tell that it's not a full moon tomorrow. It'll be literally a full moon. So the moonrise tomorrow is here in Blackpool. It's going to be at 9:05, roughly. Now, where you are in the country might be, or where you are in the world, I don't know where you're watching this, but for us in the UK, the moon will rise roughly around about 9 o'clock, you know, nine o'clockish. It's gonna rise for 9 o'clock where I am here in Blackpool, and that's around about 40 minutes before the sun sets. Now that's quite important because I like to try and photograph the moon when there's a bit of light in the sky. And tomorrow the moon is going to rise before the sun sets, and there's a good reason why I want to try and photograph it tomorrow, and that's because I can make use of the light. I'm seeing strange lights moving across now. I don't know anything about that, Joe. I can see a dog's face on the right, says Sheila. Hi, Jeremy. How do you capture the famous lightning picture on the promenade? It's absolutely incredible. I don't have time to go into that, but it was just patience and just being in the right place at the right time. I don't think I'll be able to do a live stream because I think I'll be too busy. Yeah, so tomorrow, so like I said, the full supermoon is on Tuesday, but the moon is actually at peak fullness at around about 1 o'clock during the day when you can't even see it. Now on Tuesday, I'm just going to have a look now. I don't know if you can see this, but on Tuesday it's very different. Can you see what time the moon rises on Tuesday? Can you see that? It rises a long time after the sunset. See, that's when you were closest to the full moon. It actually rises 45 minutes after sunset where we are. Look at that. What a difference. Yeah. So on the Monday, on tomorrow, the moon rises 40 minutes before the sun sets. 40 minutes before the sunset. So by the time the moon gets up a decent height, the sun will be going down. So that means that when the moon's starting to get up, say you got the moon over here starting to get a bit of height, it's going to look awesome because it's going to be in a pink sky, because the sun is going down, it's going to be creating that belt of Venus. You're going to have a pink band across the sky and the moon will rise inside that belt of Venus. Yeah, that's what's going to happen tomorrow. If it's nice and clear, it does need to be clear. But on Tuesday, when we have the fullest moon, when the moon is at its fullest, when the moon rises, it's going to rise 40 minutes after sunset. So it's going to be dark where the moon is rising. It's going to be dark. So the moon is only going to rise in the shadow of the earth. You're not going to see it in a pink sky. It's not going to be the same. Hi, Mary Brown. I got your parcel. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah, so, right, okay, so, was it a parcel or was it just a letter? I can't remember now. I think it was a parcel, wasn't it? Sheila says there's going to be cloudy. Yeah. Hit the like button. Thanks, Jeremy. Got 62 watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Fascinating. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, so tomorrow, on the Monday, look out for the moon towards the southeast. This is the angle here. It's going to rise towards the southeast. It's this one. I'll just check. You see that light blue? And that's the angle. Look at that. It's like a right angle, isn't it? It's going to rise there and it's going to set over here in that direction. Isn't that amazing? And look at the sun as well, or the direction where the sun rises and the sun sets. It's like a cross, isn't it? That is quite amazing. That the moon and the moon rise and moon set and the sunrise and sunset are at right angles. It's almost like a perfect cross. Look at that, isn't it amazing? But tomorrow, remember, the moon is going to rise before the sun sets, and I reckon that's better than Tuesday. I would say it's better to watch the moon rise tomorrow than it is on Tuesday, but watch it on Tuesday anyway, just in case you miss it tomorrow. But on Tuesday, it rises 40 minutes after sunset, which means you'll be watching it rise in a dark sky. Any quiz tonight? Yes, I've got a quiz. In fact, I've got a quiz, but these are old questions. These are questions that I've answered before, that I've done before, and I thought I didn't really have time to do questions tonight. So what I thought I'd do is I'd do some questions that I've asked before. Someone from Oregon. Hit the like button. Thanks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cody Caesars. Well, hi, watching from Oregon. Yeah, I've not been to Oregon, but I have been to Washington. It was awesome up there. Washington, yeah, Washington State, the Pacific Northwest. It's awesome up there. Can I ask what camera you use for the Walk on the Wild Side videos? I use an Osmo mainly, a little Osmo, a dinky little camera. It doesn't even look like a camera. It's an Osmo Pocket, yeah, a DJI Osmo Pocket. Get ready for Sheila at the back of the class. No. Oh, these questions are hard and all. I've just been looking at the hard questions. These, these. You might be able to get the easy ones, but oh my god, the hard ones are hard. Ooh. Oh dear. So there you go. If anyone's new watching this live stream, I just want to let you know that we've got a supermoon coming this week. It's going to be on Tuesday when it's fully full, but you can actually see the moon rising tomorrow at what time does it rise tomorrow? It rises tomorrow around about 9 o'clock, roughly, give or take, depending where you are in the UK or where you are in the world, of course. But it rises for me here at around about 9:05 on the Monday, and it's going to rise before the sun sets. So when the moon is rising, the sun is setting, you'll see the moon rise in a nice pink sky caused by the belt of Venus. So that'll look really good. On Tuesday, when the moon rises 40 minutes after sunset, we'll see the moon rise in a dark sky because the sun will have gone down already. So it'll be a different, I don't think it'll be as good. Have you ever heard of a YouTube channel called Random and... Yes, I have. He's actually asked me to do a collab, but I'm not sure if I want to. Is this the first supermoon this year? Yes, it's the first of two. There's another supermoon in July. So we've got two supermoons. This is the first supermoon happening this week on Tuesday, but you can see it on Monday. Look out on Monday, 9 o'clock, around about 9 o'clock. Look towards the southeast. That's the direction there. The direction of that light, that's the this is Blackpool. Can you see the tower there? So that's where you want to look towards the southeast. Southeast at around about 9 o'clock, and you might just see a massive great moon rising. Yeah, I would look tomorrow. Yeah. Are you a teacher or something? No, I'm not. No, but I probably should be. I should be getting paid for this. Have you ever heard that? Yes, I have. Yeah. Is this the first? Yes. We have bad memories, says Eddie Jones. Rains a lot here, says Cody Caesars. Yeah, I think it's like here, isn't it? The Pacific Northwest, a little bit similar to our weather here, yeah. So the question, will it be like red colour? No, it won't be. Well, when the moon is low down, it can be kind of orangey red. It depends on the atmosphere. It can be yellow. Yeah, it depends. When you see the moon low down, it's always some kind of weird kind of colour. It can usually looks yellow, but if it's quite hazy, it might look orange. It does look really spectacular. If you look at the thumbnail to this video, can you see how the moon looks kind of orangey red? It's just because it's low down, because the moon was barely above the horizon when I took that photograph. It was just about above the horizon, fully above the horizon when I took that photograph. It wasn't even 1 degree above the horizon. Not even 1 degree up when I took that photograph. Are you a fan of aviation? Oh, I like planes, but I'm not a plane spotter. Is that the same in Scotland? I don't know what you mean, Helen. Am I a teacher? Yeah, roughly the same time. It's around about 9 o'clock. So it might take a bit longer for you to see it because it takes a while for the moon to get up. So it might be 9:30 before you start to see it. It's going to be low down. You're going to need a good horizon, a flat horizon. If you're in town and you've got houses and things, you might not see it until it gets higher up above the houses. So you want to have a good view towards the southeast. Yeah. So look towards the southeast. Right, so hopefully I can see it. It says Chris Johnson Adventures. Yeah, so roughly what time will we see the moon Tuesday, says Jeremy. It'll be about, it'll be close to 10 o'clock on Tuesday. Yeah, because it doesn't rise on Tuesday until Well, no, in fact, it's after 10:30. It could be 11 o'clock, sorry, on Tuesday. So that's why I mean, tomorrow, if you ask me, Monday is the better day to see the supermoon. I would say get out there tomorrow. If it's nice and clear, get out tomorrow and see if you can see the supermoon. Don't wait till Tuesday. Even though it's down as being full on Tuesday, I would look tomorrow because tomorrow it rises much earlier. It rises well before sunset, which means you've got a much better chance of seeing it and you don't have to be out too late. So if you leave it till Tuesday, the moon doesn't even get above the horizon until after 10:30. That's way later than Monday. It's an hour and a half later. A whole hour and a half later than Monday. That's amazing, isn't it? What a difference for the moon to rise. Such a such a difference in time between the 2 days. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, there you go. Michael's in the house. Thinking of going to an astronomy club with my dad in town in Preston. Yeah, Padas, yeah, Preston and District. Say hello for me down there. I know a few down there. I'm up on the hill, so I should be able to see it, says Julie Clay. Is it the longest day on the 21st next week? It's the solstice. Yes, it is the longest day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, longest day on the 21st. Yeah, when the sun reaches its sort of the furthest point towards the northwest. I'm just looking to see if I can see the sun. No, I can't see it actually. We've got a bit of rain now here in Blackpool. I can see rain on my window. I've got rain. It's been windy here. Has anybody had that wind? It's been really, really windy up here, you know. Breezy, really breezy up here. Yeah, we've had a bit of a storm. I think it's going to calm down this week. I hope it calms down. But the weather for tomorrow, I'm afraid up here, might be a little bit iffy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get that photograph. I'm just looking at the weather for tomorrow. Yes, it doesn't really look. It's giving me cloud. It's giving me a bit. Sheila says gale force. Yeah, I don't think it was far off gale force actually. I'm looking on here on my thing here, and it says, yeah, gusting to about 30 miles an hour. So that's lovely in Leicester all week. Says Jackie Lovett. Breezy here also could get to 28 degrees, says Michael. I wish it was my birthday. 30th, I'm going to be in Blackpool 2 days. Rain, that's shocking. Hi, where do I look, says Stuart Nicklin. Look towards the southeast tomorrow at around about 9 o'clock and you might just see the moon rising. It'll look spectacular. But like I said, I'll say it again. Moody's Daydream says she's had wind. Well, not me personally. How long have you been into astrology? Asks Anne Jones. How long? No time. I've never been into astrology, Anne Jones. Never, ever. I've only been into astronomy, yeah? Not astrology. Very windy in Manchester, says 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I look at the moon, I always think of the late Patrick Moore. Will be forever my one and only man in the moon. That's right, Joe Gary, because Patrick Moore was an expert on the moon. In fact, Patrick Moore knew more about the moon than NASA did. And that's why NASA asked Patrick Moore if they could use his moon maps to help with the NASA. You know, when they landed on the moon, they used Patrick Moore's moon maps. He knew more about the moon than they did because he studied it so much. He looked at it every day through his telescope. He knew all the little valleys and all that sort of thing, and they relied on his maps to see where they could land on the moon. So there you go, Patrick Moore, the man in the moon. And he does have a crater named after him as well, Coventry. We've not had weather. We've had hot weather. We had hot weather all weekend. It's not been that hot up here. Oh dear, my astrology. Oh dear, worst thing you can say to an astronomer. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Isn't that right, Michael? Yeah, that is too right. Hi, Carl Bonacetti. We've had a smashing weekend over the Jubilee weekend. Thank you, sir. Got propelled uphill by water in the sandcastle. Wow. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, so I'll just say again, we've got the supermoon. Supermoon this week. It's full on Tuesday. Carl Bonacetti says 48 degrees in Saudi hot. Oh, that's dangerous. You cannot go out in 48 degrees. I only got into astronomy because you're amazing. The videos, I love them. Josh Bell Golf. Oh, thank you very much. So we've got a supermoon this week. And I'm not going to say what time, but where I am, it rises on Monday at around about 9 o'clock in the evening, it starts to rise, and that's well before the sun sets. So the moon's going to rise before the sun sets, and I'm sure I'm meant astronomy, says Sheila M. So I would say, even though the moon is at its fullest on Tuesday and it's down on Tuesday, they'll say it's a full moon on Tuesday, look for it tomorrow, because it's going to be better tomorrow, I reckon, and it'll be just as good as full. You won't be able to tell any difference because it'll be 99% full. And so I reckon that look for the moon tomorrow. It's going to rise before sunset. If you don't get to see it tomorrow, look for it on Tuesday, but it'll be a lot later. It'll be 10:30 before it rises. So it's going to be getting pretty dark by then, but not that dark because we're in summer. And it doesn't really get all that dark up. Well, not up here anyway. It doesn't. Depends where you are. So there you go. That's a supermoon coming this week. Look out for it. And it's the first supermoon of the year. And we've also got another one coming in July as well. So we've got 2 supermoons, 2 months apart. I'm fishing tomorrow. Should I see it? If you're fishing at 9 o'clock at night, yeah, you'll see it. Yeah, yeah. You might even catch the moon setting if you're out in the morning. I mean, if I miss it on Monday, I might even catch it on Tuesday morning, you know. I mean, you know, Tuesday morning, the moon sets at, actually Tuesday is no good. What about Wednesday? I think Wednesday morning might be better. Wednesday morning might be better to see the moon setting. How often do you see the moon go down? I might be able to see the moon go down on Wednesday morning. Yeah, so if I miss it rising, I might be able to get it setting. So there you go. Anyway, let's see. So I've got the quiz now. Right, who's ready for the quiz? And these are questions that I've asked before, yeah? So here we go. I can see the sun coming out over there. Probably have the sun on me in a minute. Oh, guess what the question is? Oh my God, the first question. What's the difference between astronomy and astrology? Oh my God. That's the first question. What's the difference between astronomy and astrology? That's the first. Can you believe that? That's the first question. The difference between astronomy. Michael says no comment. What's the difference between? I know a lot of people get it mixed up, don't they? Astrology, astronomy and astrology. What is the difference? You know, we meet at our club, meet at the cricket club, and one of the clubs, you know, you have all these various clubs, special interest groups and all that sort of thing that use these rooms. One of the special interest groups was astrology. They have an astrology club that meet in the same place as us. Can you imagine that? Astrology and astronomy, don't get them mixed up. Astrology, stars, yeah. Well, one of them is, well, I will say that one of them is scientific, the other one is all magic. Astronomy is scientific, it's the study of stars and the solar system and everything, and it's scientific, whereas astrology is a little bit, I don't think it's really, and it's more to do with, I don't know, what did they say? Is it to do with planets as well? More astrology to do with planets? I don't believe in astrology. I said astronomy then, didn't I? I don't believe in astrology. I've been involved in astronomy for many years now. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, this quiz was written in the stars. Astronomy, stars. Astrology is star signs. Yeah. Carl Banichetti's got it right. Astrology is made up. Yay, Carl, that's the right answer. Right, question 2. How long does it take for light from the sun to reach Earth? These are the hard questions, by the way. In minutes, how long does it take for the light from the sun to reach our Earth? In minutes. Oh, actually, these are the easy ones. These are the easy questions. The hard ones are coming next. So, yeah, we've got some answers coming in already. Yeah. Made of hearts, yeah. 72, 8 minutes, yeah. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying 8 minutes. And that's about right. I've got down here 8.4. 8.4 minutes, so it's round about 8.5 minutes to be exact, but eight minutes is good enough. You're lucky number 6 and you will meet a dark-haired woman. Astrology, bah, yeah. I said to someone the other day, I said, if you read the astrology signs, if you read any date other than yours, you'll still be able to link it up. You'll still be able to make sense of it in some way, maybe. Some way. 10 minutes. Well, you're not too far off, Anthony. Mooney's Daydream says 8 minutes and she's blatantly copying everybody. Okay, question number 3. How many planets are there? Oh, this is easy. Come on. How many planets in the solar system? How many planets are there in the solar system? Starman, you look blurred. Is your cam focusing? I look blurred. Maybe it's a signal. It could be the signal because I had a problem getting on, and maybe the quality of this live stream is not very good. Can anybody tell me if the picture's okay? Do I look okay, or do I look a little bit kind of a little bit soft compared to other times I've been on? I did have a job getting live because it wouldn't connect, so it might not be a great signal tonight. Too many beers, says Nighthawk. Your pick is fine to me, says Michael. Is every answer 8? Well, we're on 8 again, and quite a few people come in. Jay O'Neill says 7. Ooh, not quite. It's 8. 8 planets. But if I was asking this question before 2006, it would have been 9, because that was when Pluto was a planet. Well, then they demoted Pluto. Someone says it's pixelated due to signal bandwidth being low. I might need to get a signal booster. What do you think? Yes, you will always be able to make it. Astrology, hi. But if people believe it or choose to live it, that's their choice, says Sheila. Your skin looks buttery, says Anthony Goodwin. 8. What is the outermost planet in the solar system? What's the furthest planet in the solar system? The furthest planet. You were okay 5 minutes ago. Oh, so it's gone a little bit dodgy, has it since? Yeah. I think I might have to get a signal booster to boost the Wi-Fi. Yeah, because I had a problem getting on as well, and we're coming in. The answers are coming in. Made of Hearts, yeah. Carl, yeah. Sarah, yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Someone said, no, you're wrong, Made of Hearts, sorry. You're wrong by 1. Neptune, it's Neptune. Mary Brown says Pluto, but Pluto is not a planet anymore. Pluto is only a dwarf planet, so it doesn't count. Neptune, yeah, that's right, it's Neptune. The furthest planet away is Neptune. That's right, yeah. I've seen all the planets, I've seen them all. I haven't seen Pluto though. But Pluto is tiny. And Pluto got demoted because it was just a small body. The reason why Pluto got demoted was because they found a lot of other planets out there, a lot of other stuff out there that was similar size, and they thought, oh, hang on a minute, we're going to be calling all these planets. So they had to demote Pluto because Pluto is tiny compared to Uranus and Neptune, which are ice giants, absolutely huge ice giants. Pluto was not much, well, it's about the same size as our moon. In fact, I don't even know if it's as big as our moon. So they had to demote Pluto. They had to take it off the planet list. It was first found in the 50s. What's that? Neptune. I think Neptune was discovered long before the 50s. Pluto was discovered in about the 1930s. I've been to the observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, where I've seen the telescope, the guy that found it. Who knows who invented the telescope? The telescope was invented by a Dutch guy. There was some Dutch fella that invented it, and Galileo then took this telescope or eyeglass thing, and then he used it to look at the moon and things like that. So a lot of people think it was Galileo, but it wasn't. Galileo just adapted what this Dutch, I don't know what the name of the guy was, but he was Dutch. He invented this spyglass, and then Galileo started to build his own telescope. So Galileo did quite a lot for making the telescope, for making it, bringing it, advancing it. So there you go. Is it hard to see Mercury, says Joe O'Neill? No, not if you're looking at the right time. If Mercury is hard to spot because Mercury is very close to the sun. So when you see the sun set, and Mercury happens to be following it, you might just be able to see Mercury go in the bright sky, in the bright sunlight, after the sun has gone down. You might be able to see it as long as it's far enough away from the sun after the sun goes down. That's when you get to see Mercury. And it's the other way round. If you see it before sunrise, you might see it, if it's on the wrong side of the, depending on what side of the sun Mercury is, you might see it before dawn, or you might see it after sunset. So it really. I went to Flagstaff, Arizona, great for stargaze. Yeah, I went to Carol Smith. I went to the Lowell Observatory, and that's where the guy discovered Pluto, and that's where I went. Isn't there a planet moon called Popeye or Oliver or Pluto? If you took a knife and cut the planets in half, which would be the most interesting? That's a good question, Stuart. Well, you can't really cut Jupiter in half because it's a gas giant. So I suppose it might be better to cut in half Mars or something, maybe. Yeah, I'd say. Something solid. Maybe the Earth. Hans Lipperly was the Dutchman, says Joe O'Neill. Yeah, there you go. Hans Lipperly. Never heard of him. You've never heard of Hans. I didn't know his name. I knew it was a Dutch guy, but it was Galileo that took it on and made telescopes and developed it and all that. Okay, what's that? We're on question number 5 now of the easy ones. I've asked these before, by the way. I'm going back over all questions now because I can't be bothered writing some new ones. What's the brightest star in the sky after our sun, of course, because our sun is the closest star to us. What's the brightest star that we can see in the sky after our sun? These are the easy questions. We've got the hard ones coming up next. Have you seen that YouTube video? Oh, I can't know about the size of planets out there in space. No, I don't think I have. I've seen ones where it shows you all the different planets and they all move onto the screen and they're all big and small. And Stuart Nicklin says the North Star. No, but I would have said that a few years. Well, I would have said that probably 15 years ago, Stuart, because I thought the North Star was the brightest star. Anthony Goodwin is right. Michael is right. Mercury's core extends almost to its surface, says Ash. Sirius, says Peter Sawyer. Yep. Caroline and William Herschel did amazing observation. Yes, they did, Robbie. I've been to their house. I've been to William Herschel's house in Bath. I went there to the house in Bath where William Herschel, I think that's where he discovered the planet Uranus. Yeah. I never know how to say that, you know. I never know how to say that, but that's where he discovered that planet, because it was William Herschel who discovered the planet Uranus, and after that he became really famous, and he was invited by the Queen to be the Royal Astronomer, the Astronomer Royal, all that, invited to be a fellow, William Herschel. He was a musician. It wasn't even like he came over here from Germany, and he was a stargazer. You know, he was well off and all that. You know, he had time to devote to looking at the stars and that sort of thing. His sister Caroline did quite a lot of work as well. She, I think she found out Cepheid variables, all that sort of thing. She did loads and loads of work. So there's loads of stuff that they did. Haha, Stephen, neither does Moon as well. How far is the satellite from Earth? Usually about 200 miles up. No, Mike Tyson. Sirius. Yeah, so it's Sirius. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. Proxima Centauri, says Ash. No. Okay, we've got the hard questions now. Who's ready for the hard questions? And I have asked these before. So, here we go. Hard questions coming up. Name the distance unit in astronomy other than light year. I think Martin Rees, Carol Smith. It's Sir Martin Rees, the Astronomer Royal. You are mispronunciation. That keeps you out of trouble. Yeah. The Astronomer Royal is Sir Martin Rees. North Star. Name the distance unit in astronomy other than light year. There's a distance unit. This is like a really long distance unit, other than the light year. It's one that's used for really long distances. Jay O'Neill's got it. Anthony's got it. Parsec. Michael Saltzman says AU. That is a distance unit, but that's the sun, between us and the sun. That's one that we would use for the solar system, but a parsec. Ash says AU as well. So yeah, you're sort of right with AU, but I was looking more for parsec, you know, like a really long distance that you would use other than the light year, because a light year is used for long distance, you know, way out outside the galaxy and all that sort of thing. And it's actually a parsec, and parsecs are what professional astronomers use. They don't use light years. But if you watch, say, Star Trek or Star Wars, they'll probably talk about light years, but light years are not really, it's more of a time measurement than a distance thing, and you have to kind of do measurements and all sorts. So it's a bit messy, but it sounds good. Light years sounds good, don't they? They sound good, light years. So I think they like to use them on the sci-fi programs. Right. So now that we've got parsec, how many light years are in a parsec? So this is does the AU vary much during the solar year? Well, yeah, J. O'Neill, the astronomical unit, which is the mean distance between the sun and the earth, is measured throughout the year. And sometimes we're closer to the sun, sometimes we're a bit further away. And it's the average of that gives us the AU, the astronomical unit. And the astronomical unit is great for solar system, but it's not much good when you get outside the solar system, because you start getting into silly figures. I mean, even the nearest star, if you're using AUs towards the nearest star, you're up to 280,000 AUs. So you're starting to use silly numbers already. So then you need to start using either light years or parsecs. In fact, the closest star is actually around about a parsec away, 1 parsec, yeah. 3.26, that's right. There's 3.26 light years in a parsec, so there you go. A parsec is pretty big. 3.262 says Anne Jones. I think some people have been Googling this, haven't they, to get the exact figure. Night talk, 3.26, yeah. So remember, a parsec is what the professionals use. A light year is what you'll see on Star Wars or Star Trek or something like that. So there you go. Right, this is question number 3 of the hard ones. What is Vesta? What is Vesta? There's something out there in the solar system and it's called Vesta, but what is it? What is Vesta? I've never seen it, actually. I've never seen it. But 3.1.4 now, but that's what I had for dinner, says Robo Cried. 63 watching. If you're new to the stream, make sure you hit the like button, says Jeremy Miller. Thanks, Jeremy. Anthony says Vesta Indian meals. Buzz Lightyear, says J. O'Neill. Julie Clay says a lighter. Space Invader says microwave dish. Is that true that the universe is always expanding? Yes, it is. It is expanding. It's expanding faster than light. Yeah. Charmaine says moon is daydream. 3rd largest planet? No. No, Vesta is actually an asteroid. It's an asteroid, part of the asteroid belt. Yeah, Vesta. Ash got it. Ash and Carl got it, so well done to them. Vesta is an asteroid. I've never seen it. You can actually see it. If you know where to look and at the right time, you can see it. It's an asteroid, yeah, Vesta. And it's part of the main asteroid belt. Sorry, I'm just looking out the window. I can see the sun. I can see the sun. The sun's starting to shine. I see the sun just coming out there. But it's still breezy, though. The trees are blowing like mad. It's still breezy out there. Yes, so Vesta is an asteroid. Right, okay, so question 4 of the hard ones. Cannot comprehend that the universe is expanding faster than light. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't break any laws by expanding faster than the speed of light. It doesn't break any laws. And here's another mind bender. Do you know where the centre of the universe is? I'll tell you where the centre of the universe is. Everywhere. Everywhere is the centre of the universe. So, yeah, try and get your head around that one. Right, we're up to question number 4. When is Hale-Bopp back? Been gone too long. I don't think we'll see Hale-Bopp again. I don't think it's... I never even saw it the first time, actually. Yeah, I didn't see many comets until about 2012 or 13 when I started to learn about comets, and we started to see some. We saw, there was one called, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was a bright one and you could see it. But the best comet I've seen was the one a few years ago. Oh God, what was it called now? I did a video on it, didn't I? Yeah, oh God, I can't even think of the name of it now. I did a video on it. What's the documentary about an asteroid, the New Horizons? I forgot the name. In asteroid belt area. Interesting. Shoemaker-Levy comet. This was a comet called Shoemaker-Levy, and it crashed into a planet in 1994? 1994, I think it says here. Which planet did it crash into? That's it, Neowise. Comet Neowise. Watch my video on Comet Neowise after this. So watch the Sturgeon Moonrise video, which is the thumbnail to this live stream. The thumbnail, you can watch the video. I shot it 2019 if you want to see that super moonrise that I did. Yes, you're all right, Jupiter there. And also watch my Comet Neowise video because it's a really good video. It's kind of like the video that I used to make that I don't make anymore. Then I should get back to doing those videos again, shouldn't I? Because they're awesome, aren't they? I like it when I get out there trying to find something, trying to photograph something. Well, we always have them, but says RoboClack. Made of Hearts, yeah. Carl, yeah. Anthony Goodwin, yeah. Ash, yeah. Can't be hen when they say 77 million light years away. Mike, way better, says Michael. Joe O'Neill, Jupiter, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, Jupiter, yeah. It crashed into Jupiter, yeah. You can see pictures of it as well. Yeah, you can see pictures of it, and it caused all these like dark spots on Jupiter as well. Jupiter just sucked it all up like it was nothing because Jupiter's massive and it's got gravity and it was able to suck it up. So there you go. We're now on to question 5. We're coming towards 9 o'clock now, so I'm wrapping this up at 9 o'clock. I'll tell you what, this seat I'm sitting on is so hard. It's not very comfortable. So I'll be glad when I get back up off this seat. It was very exciting. Says Made of Hearts. Yeah, I never saw it. I'm trying to think of the name of the comet that I saw, well, a few years ago, 2013 or something like that. Yeah, those videos are very good. Let's hope for more, says Ash. What was the name of that comet that was, oh God, I can't think of the name of it. If I look on here, I might be able to find it for you. So this is way before Neowise. We had a comet, and this was very early when I was still kind of learning how to learn the sky. And we had a comet, and it was this one. It was Comet Pan-STAR. Can you see that there? Look at that. Can you see that? That was a comet that I photographed next to the Andromeda Galaxy. Can you see that? That's the Andromeda Galaxy up there. There's the Andromeda Galaxy. And there is a comet down there, just above the trees. Look at that. Doesn't it look amazing? Comet Pan-STARs, yeah? Just above the tree line. And I took that with a similar lens to this, yeah? Yeah? That's what I did to get that picture there. Isn't it amazing? Comet Pan-STARs. Look at that. And it was very close to the Andromeda Galaxy. How about that? Well, I say very close. It wasn't close. It was close in the sky. It wasn't close in astronomical terms, but it just so happened to be close for us. And that was in, get the date, 2013 when I took that picture there. There you are, Comet Pan-STAR. That was one of the best comets I've ever seen. It was amazing. I stumped up and bought the R5. Oh look, Carl's bought an R5. I was just talking to someone today, she bought an R5. But I was telling someone that a friend of mine bought a Canon R5 for £4,500. And she also got an adapter with it so she could use her EF lenses. Absolutely. But where did she get them? I wish I could afford that money to buy a camera. Yeah. Oh, very nice photo, says RoboClack. Mooney Stadium says beautiful photo. That was the first comet I ever saw, says Joe O'Neill. I don't know if it was the first one I ever saw, but it was the first one I ever saw with the naked eye. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Anyway, last question. Last one now before we wrap this up. Name the day when the sun's direct rays cross the celestial equator. This happens twice a year. So what's the name of the day when the sun's rays cross the celestial equator moving north or south. It happens twice a year. Have you seen any noctilucent clouds lately? No, but I did see some last week, and I showed them on the live last week. We saw some. I think it was last Saturday. Was it last Saturday when we? I think it was last Saturday night we saw them, and I haven't seen them since because it's been too cloudy. It's just been too cloudy since. Ash has got it. Ash is in there. She's got it. When the sun's rays cross, not quite Carol Smith. No, that does happen twice a year, but that's when the sun gets to its furthest point. That's when the sun hits the tropics. So equinox, we're looking for equinox. That's it, yeah. When the day when the sun's direct rays cross the equator, moving north or moving south, is an equinox. It's either the spring equinox or the autumnal equinox, and that happens twice a year. So there you go, the spring or autumnal equinox. So there you go. That's all the questions. I don't know how you did. I've asked those questions before, and I think next week I might do the same thing again. I might ask another set of questions that I've asked before because I can't be bothered writing. I can't be bothered writing anymore. so we'll see. We'll see about that. We need some talking on looking at the sky. So don't forget that we've got the full moon on Tuesday, but although it's full on Tuesday doesn't mean that it's the best day to see it. I would say look out for the full moon tomorrow on Monday after 9 o'clock. If you look out after, I always think of Jean-Michel Jarre when I hear that word. I was showing someone the other week Jean-Michel Jarre concert. I said, oh, look at this guy, isn't it really good? I went to a Jean-Michel Jarre concert in Paris on where the Eiffel Tower is. There, I watched him there, yeah. Jean-Michel Jarre, how about that, yeah. Interesting questions. Thanks for adding to the learning curve, says Joe Gary. Yeah, no problem at all. I was thinking, yeah, that's right, I read that one. I'm going now, thanks again. Thanks, Jackie. Bye now. I need some hawking. I'm looking on. Saw some of the fine crepuscular rays. Yeah, they're good then, aren't they? Right, that's it now. We're at 9 o'clock, so it's time to go now. But don't forget, if you want to see a moon like on the thumbnail to this video, or if you want to see how I shot that video, you can see that video if you look back. If you just look back through my videos, you'll find it. It's about 3 years ago. I think it was 2019. Watch that video. You can also watch my Comet Neowise video from 2020, which is really good to watch. But if you want to see the supermoon this week, I would look at it tomorrow rather than Tuesday. Don't wait till Tuesday, but if you don't see it tomorrow, then you've got Tuesday, but it will be a little bit darker, but it will look just as good. So there you go. Look out for the supermoon and see if you can get a picture of it and let me know how you go. And that's it. I'm going to leave you now. So thanks to everyone for joining. Can't name you all, but you know who you are. Thanks for Moon Info and being brilliant. Enjoy the storm. May skies clear for June. Bye Sheila, bye Moonage, bye Carol, Stuart, Jeremy, everyone else if I haven't mentioned you. Thanks for joining in, and hopefully I'll get this moon rise tomorrow or Tuesday or whenever. I might even get it set and I don't know yet, we'll see, but I'll do my best to try and get it, and I'll try and do a video on it as well if I can. But anyway, bye for now, and I will see you all next week.